So again, just a quick note before the video. Today, again, I was struggling with a pretty silly mistake. I was comparing strings instead of numbers for the longest time. So moving forward, it's going to be really important to keep in mind that we're actually working with the types that we expect to be working with, whether they are strings or they are numbers. And I think we're going to keep using the split method a lot. And we need to remember that split is always going to return strings. So in the case of day 4, when we're actually going to be comparing numbers, one thing we can do is to chain the map method afterwards and use parse int to make sure that everything that we get back are going to be numbers instead of strings. So we can see here to the left that these are now actually cast as numbers, and then we can keep working with them afterwards. Okay, that's it. Enjoy day 4 of Advent of Code. Okay, so Advent of Code day 4. Today I'm not there immediately at 6 a.m., so I'm slightly late to this one. But we're going to check out day 4. I haven't looked at the challenge yet, so we're going to read through it like we always do, and then see if we can solve it today as well. Day 4. Camp cleanup. Okay, space needs to be cleared before the last supplies can be unloaded from the ships, and so several elves have been assigned the job of cleaning up sections of the camp. Every section has a unique ID number, and each elf is assigned a range of section IDs. Okay. However, as some of the elves compare their section assignments with each other, they notice that many of the assignments overlap. Try to quickly find overlaps. To try to quickly find overlaps and reduce duplicated effort, the elves pair up and make a big list of the section assignments for each pair, your puzzle input. For example, consider the following list of section assignment pairs. Okay, 2, 4, 2, 6, 8, da 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 da, beautiful. For the first few pairs, this list means within the first pair of elves, the first elf was assigned sections 2 to 4, sections 2, 3, and 4, while the second elf was assigned sections 6 to 8, 6, 7, and 8. Elves in the second pair were assigned 2 sections, 2 and 3, 4 and 5, okay. And the elves in the third pair were each assigned 3 sections. One got 5, 6, and 7, and the other one got 7, 8, and 9. This example list uses single-digit section IDs to make it easier to draw. Your actual list might contain larger numbers. Visually, these pairs of section assignments looks like this. Right, so 5 is missing, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 7 overlap. Okay, okay. Some of the pairs have noticed that one of their assignments fully contains the other. For example, 2, 8 fully contains 3, 7. And 6, 6 is fully contained by 4, 6. Right. In pairs where one assignment fully contains the other, one elf in the pair would be exclusively cleaning sections their partner will already be cleaning. So these seem like the most in need of reconsideration. In this example, there are 2 such pairs. Right, so this one, right? And this one. In how many assignment pairs does one range fully contain the other? Okay, interesting. So let's generate day 4 here and check our input a little bit. Our input. Right. Okay, we have 1,000 lines of these. So let's check it out. I think for each line, the first thing we're going to need to do is split them, right? So Yeah, let's do first. It's going to be equal line. Actually, we can do this with array. So I think first and second can be line split at comma. So the first one here then is going to be the first one of these, and then the second one is going to be these. Now we have a first one, and we have a low number. We don't need the full range. We have a low number, and we have a high number. And in the second one, if the low number is equal to or greater than the first low number, and the high number is lower than or equal to the first high number, then it's fully contained in the previous one. So I think we can do, for the first one, I think we can do something like this. We're gonna do first low and first high. High, there we go. It's gonna be first, and we're gonna split this one again, and I think we're gonna split on, is it this one? Yes, it is. And then we're going to do the same thing here. So first, second. And then we're not testing anything now as we go, but I think we can figure this out without doing it. Let's try for day 4 at least. Let's see how this goes. So, okay, so let's we're going to need a count up here. It's going to be 0. And I wonder if this is enough to just check the second against the first one. So we can do something like if second low is higher or equal to first low, and second high is less than or equal to first high, then count plus plus. Is this actually correct for the first one? Let's run this and see what we get back. We don't get back anything because we're not logging anything. So let's log count and see what that says. 346. Could this be correct? It's not the right answer. It's too low. So then maybe it's not contained within, like, do we need to do a second one as well? Like, if like the other way around. Okay. 677. Okay. I don't think a minute has passed yet. 677, submit. Now it's too high. Interesting. Jesus, is that the reason? We do get a different number when we're casting all of them as numbers. Okay, so it feels silly, but is this it? It is. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so we got to be careful with the types because we're comparing strings and not numbers in the first scenario. Again, a silly mistake. It was so straightforward, and we spent 30 minutes just comparing strings instead of numbers. Okay, so to prepare, let's create a number 2. We can close this. We have number 2. And then let's check out the second part. Part 2. it seems like there is still quite a bit of duplicate work planned. Instead, the else would like to know the number of pairs that overlap at all. Ah, right. In the above example, the first two pairs, 2, 4, and 6, 8, and 2, 3, and 4, 5, don't overlap, while the remaining four pairs, 5, 7, 7, 8, 2, 8, 3, 7, and 6, 6, 6, 4, 6, 4, right. They're not contained, but they do overlap. Overlaps in a single digit, overlaps all of the sections 3 to 7. This one overlaps 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so in how many assignment pairs do the ranges overlap? We could do something where we first r equal, and we want to create a new let's see, like JavaScript, create array with length with span of numbers. Okay, so I guess we could do something like this, right? Let's see what happens. And then here we do first high, first low, first, let's start first low. And these, I guess, needs to be numbers then. Something like this. Okay. So let's see what this actually gives us. Jesus. We need to run number 2. Here's 5, 6, 7. Second. Actually, we can do this, I think. Second array. 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we could do something like this. It's not going to be the most efficient, I guess. So we can do maybe just to get these down a little bit. So then what we need to do is we need to check if we can just go through one of the arrays, like for const x in first array. And then if second array includes x, do we need to keep doing this with them? Maybe. We do count. And we can do break. And then with this one, we should get 4. Right? We get 2. So I think I'm not this 4 of or const x in or const x of might be a little bit confusing. Okay, so we might do something like this. Let's just see if it's the right answer first. Okay, so we're back on this. 956. Let's see. That's the right answer. Nice. Okay, day 4, 2 stars again. I'm happy. Today was a little bit slower. I got stuck for a long time comparing strings instead of numbers. That was silly. Like the part 1 was done in a few minutes, and then I spent 20 minutes, 30 minutes checking answers and trying to figure out why I couldn't find an example where my algorithm didn't work. And turned out I had just been comparing numbers or strings instead of numbers. So that was silly. And then for the second one, struggling a little bit with the comparison. So maybe this isn't too bad. And I wanted to try as well. So 956 could do something where like const create array that takes first and second, or like, let's say start and end. And we could do high, low. So it will be end, start, start. And then for these, the start should be, right, so first low and then first high. And we can actually cast these as, if we do it like this, let's see, so, because we want these to be numbers. Now it's going to complain down here because we're not passing numbers. So we can do this perhaps. And then I think we shouldn't need these ones because now we have numbers. And then we can do this as well. And we do the second low, second high. And of course, we need to return an array of numbers. Okay, and the answer is still 956. So I guess we could do something like this. We use this. This may come in handy perhaps in future challenges, but to create an array based on a range, create ranged array, let's call it. First, second, first low, first. Okay, yeah, I think I'm happy. That was a little bit of a struggle, but we made it through day 4. So let's see what happens tomorrow at day 5. I think I'm going to try and be up early and do it at 6 a.m. Let's see what happens. Again, really happy if you're here watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and maybe subscribe to the channel. I'll be creating more content related to this, JavaScript, TypeScript, all kinds of things moving forward. So thanks for watching, and bye-bye.